Hello everyone, and now I would start this video by saying I haven't done one for a long time, but that's just a given now, so I feel that it's just a waste of my breath to say it really, so let's move on. So today I thought, what better subject to do a video on than this ridiculous heatwave that we are having at the moment. Because if you live in England, you may have noticed that it's flipping hot. Really, really hot. It's not just a little bit warm like when English people exaggerate. Daphne, don't do that to the carpet. Daphne. So normally people in England say, oh god, it's really hot, when it's about 18 degrees Celsius. And this year we have had this heat wave where the temperature has kind of on average been about 10 degrees more than that. And it's just carrying on. It is never ending. So Daphne, seriously, stop tearing up the carpet. Daphne! 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 So I thought that I might share some of my tips of surviving the heat wave with you today, because you know, I'm nice and I like to share. So my first point I feel is pretty obvious. It's wear minimal clothing. That does not mean be naked, because unfortunately in the society we live in, you'd get weird looks if you walked around naked, but kind of wear as little as possible at all times. If you can just walk around naked in your house, do that. If you can go out in the street and wear a very, very thin material dress, do that. Wear as little of it as you can where possible, because it's just too hot for clothes, to be honest. So there we go. There is my first point. My second point kind of relates to the first one. Where possible, don't wear underwear. Yeah, see, Daphne agrees. Don't wear your underwear. You know, don't wear a bra, and if you can get away with not wearing pants, don't wear pants. Again, with the pants, maybe keep that to a household rule only, but yeah, just underwear. It's constricting. It's very hot. My third point, again, I feel like this is pretty obvious. Don't go outside. If it's too hot, just don't go outside. My fourth point, stand in the freezer aisle of a supermarket for as long as possible. Normally that is my least favourite part of the supermarket because it makes me so cold. So if you go to the supermarket to buy some things, just go and stand in that cool section for as long as you can. You know, even if you don't need anything from the supermarket, you can still walk around and make it look like you should be there. Look like you belong, look like you're looking at the potato smiley faces, and they will believe that you are going to buy them. They don't need to know that you're just standing there for the pure, wonderful coolness that those freezers create. My fifth point, don't hug people. There shouldn't be any unnecessary contact between you and other people when it is this hot. I feel like that should actually be a rule, that you are not allowed to touch people when it is this warm, because my own body heat is enough. I don't need to be touching someone else's body heat, and I don't like hugging people at the best of times, so if there is an excuse not to, I'm all for that. So if you see a friend or a family member, or you know, a stranger, depending how friendly you are, and they come up to you with their arms wide open to embrace you, just back away. They'll understand. They'll be cooler for it. You're doing them a favour. My sixth point, tie your hair up, or if you can, shave your head. I can't, because I feel that I couldn't pull that off very well. But if you are a man or just a woman who really wants to go for it, shave it off, because honestly, it's like a mane. It's so hot around my neck right now, and I can't do anything about it. I could tie it up. I could have tied it up. I didn't tie it up, okay? But I could have done. This happens to be quite a cool room at the moment. I am a nice temperature. I don't need to tie it up. But if I were to go outside, I would have tied it up. Men, really, you are very, very lucky in this sort of weather that you do not have long hair constricting your neck sweat. You know, it can just flow free into the atmosphere. My seventh point, don't eat curry. Or hot food in general, spicy food in general, because that automatically is going to make you more hot. But don't do it. If you're already too hot, don't eat hot food on top of that. Just, you know, you're just going to make yourself uncomfortable. My eighth point, if you have a car, sit in your car with the aircon on. I can't tell you how grateful I am for the fact that I have a car, that the aircon works within a good 3 minutes and it's already there, it's cool. I'm feeling that I can breathe again, and I should be taking more advantage of that by sitting in my car more often. But if it's just too hot, Go and sit in your car. You might get funny looks from passers-by, but you can look at them with a look of, I'm cool and you are hot. And who doesn't want to give that look to people? My penultimate point, get rid of all bedding and pyjamas. When I say get rid of, I mean put away to use later when it's cold again. But for now, we don't need it. You fold it away, put it in a cupboard. It's just, you've just got to go nude starfish on your bed. It's the only way that you will possibly sleep during the night. You know, save the pyjamas for a nice autumnal night that will happen very shortly, I hope. And my final point, don't exercise. I mean, I'm already quite anti-exercise because I am lazy, but when it's this warm, you're sweating so much anyway. You don't need to add more to that. It's too hot to go and do things that involve moving your body parts quickly, or just don't do it. Just don't go out for the run. You know, watch people running on the TV and imagine yourself doing it, and do lots more running in the winter if you're feeling that guilty about it, but really, it's unnecessary. So those are all of my points. I think there were 10 of them. I'm not great at maths, so I'm not entirely sure. I hope they've been helpful. This heatwave will probably be over by the time I put this video up, so then it's going to be totally pointless, but then you can save this for the next time we have a heatwave, which will probably be in November, because you know that is the joy of global warming. I hope that at least one of these points has helped someone, because, I mean, they are all quite obvious, so to be fair, you've probably thought of them all already, but I've just put them together for you in a video format, so probably haven't really done that much to help you there, but obviously should point out you should still do all of the sensible things like wear sun cream and drink lots of water. I just didn't say them because, you know, everybody else says them, so I'm saying the really obvious points. That was my point, yeah. Have a lovely week, have a lovely weekend, stay cool, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!